Well, electric vehicles, are they the way to go? Mark McCall is from the Electric Vehicle Association here, and now we know 1.8 million now available. I asked him, are residential charging points and electric cars good to go?
Yes, I think so, Linda, especially if you can charge at home. I think that's the secret at the moment. While not everyone has a driveway, these 124 new chargers that you're mentioning are specifically aimed at residential areas that do not have off-street parking. So it's the on-street residential charging scheme, this grant that's come from OZEV, the Office for Zero Emission Vehicles. Plus some match funding from DFI here.
And yet the last time we spoke, Mark, it was because we'd heard from a man who got a parking ticket for leaving his electric car in a car park after it had finished charging. I mean, is that not the issue? People will just suddenly take their car somewhere convenient and leave it there. How's that going to work?
Yes, so we would have to probably call out ESB at this point, Linda, the company that's responsible for the majority of chargers in Northern Ireland. They've been promising us really for a long time that they're going to turn on pay to charge here. It's slightly counterintuitive that a group of EV drivers are asking to be charged to charge. But the problem at the moment is there are really two problems at the moment. First of all, some people that could charge at home are using the free public chargers instead.
Well, you can't blame them for that. If there was a free petrol pump, I'm sure I'd go there too.
Everyone likes a bargain, but they're often parking there for a dozen hours or more. So once pay to charge comes in, it will be cheaper for them to charge at home. And this then frees up a lot of that infrastructure overnight. So then it's available for the people that really need it, those that can charge at home as well as those travelling. The second reason that this is important is that other charge point operators here are seeing their equipment lie empty in a town while nearby free ESB chargers are in constant use. So really, what incentive is there for any company to continue investing in the new charger rollout here in that scenario? So
what you're saying, speaking as the chair of the Electrical Vehicle Association, is that you want to be charged, to fill up or to charge up, whatever the right phrase is?
Exactly. I think we want a fair and reasonable charge, and we want to see competition and then let the market decide on the pricing.
Not so long ago, Mark, I was in Holland and I was absolutely enthralled at all the big charging plugs on the side of the houses. But you heard our listener's experience, but at least he's trying.
It can be confusing. You single phase and three phase and smart chargers and load balancing and solar integration and all these different things. So we would probably recommend that somebody does get in touch with an installer and talks through what their needs are. Again, the OZEV scheme had a list of registered installers. That might be a good place to start.
But what's it like installing one? I mean, we've seen what it's like getting gas in and all the treks and tracks up and down the pavements and the roads. How does it work if you want to have a big plug put in the side of your house or in your garage?
Yeah, I would say the majority of our members would find it fairly easy. Most of us now have the meter on an outside wall in the house, and quite often it's taking a supply from that meter box and installing the charger on the wall nearby. So not all cases is it as easy, but certainly I would say in the majority of them it's quite easy.
And this money, it's great that we've now got this 1.8 million now available, but are we behind the other parts of the UK, never mind other parts of Europe?
Yes, we're incredibly behind. This is the one I always like to quote, but our organisation takes figures from the Department for Transport every quarter and plots a graph to show the rapid chargers per 100,000 population, because that's a good fair metric. The average across GB is something like 8 chargers per 100,000 population. Scotland is way ahead of everyone. They're about a 14, and in Northern Ireland we've got 1.1. So it's a pretty shameful looking graph, and it's a sort of confirmation of total policy failure in Northern Ireland.
He asked you at the beginning, are electric cars good to go? And you said yes, but having listened to all of that, I'm not so sure.
There are many challenges, and we've already met some and cleared some of the hurdles already, Linda. But, we have a survey out at the moment amongst our members, and it's not closed yet, but looking at the figures this morning, around 1% have said that they definitely won't buy an EV the next time. So, I think that gives you the information. 99% of people love their EVs and are going to get one again. There are challenges, don't get me wrong, but the actual experience of the car is brilliant.
That's Mark McCall, Electric Vehicle Association. A Bangor listener rang in to say she was nearly run over by one last night, and there's so many on the road now. They don't make a lot of noise. We contacted ESB about Mark's points. They told us they're continually improving the EV charging network here. There are plans to replace existing infrastructure with what they describe as the fastest, most reliable and advanced technology available. It sounds like the fastest milk cart in the West, doesn't it? With what they describe as, I'll say it again, the fastest, most reliable and advanced technology available. And they hope to ensure a reliable and modern network that meets drivers' needs. They say in the meantime, the network remains free to use with all the operational costs borne by ESB.